and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. As you can see, we have a problem. And that problem is snow. Also, as you can see, we have another problem. We've got a lot of logs to sell. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to step away from that for a moment. Yeah, that's a lot of logs. That is a lot of logs. Yeah, we've kind of hit a little bit of a snag. We are just going to look onto here. We want to be looking for things like sugar beet can be planted this month, but I do feel like that is going to be a little bit of a problem. But I think no matter what we do, we're going to have to try and get that planted in the snow, because otherwise we are going to be planting this late in the year, and it'll be due to be harvested late in the year as well. I'm also looking for my planter. I can't find my planter. But yeah, we will do a sugar beet, I think, once again this year. Do you know what? Do we do sugar? Let me just double check what else we got. So it's sunflower needs to be planted as well. Sorghum does not need to be planted. That is very, very good. That's interesting. So what's carrots? Carrots is next. Oh, we could maybe do no, we already have the production for the sugar beet, and if we end up needing a second production for the sugar, then we will get a second production for the sugar, if that's how it needs to be. Yeah, we've got a lot to do today. Sunflower also does need to be planted. I don't know if it's worth swapping these two fields round this time, but I do know that field down there was very, very easy to harvest with our harvester, so I do kind of want to just leave it as it is. So you know what we'll do? We'll get the I think we'll get the sugar beet in first. We'll get the worker on. We've got to go down to the dairy and do all that stuff with the milk and stuff. So yeah, we've got a lot to do over this month, and we need to really just crack on with it, to be honest. So let's get that onto there. I really don't want to be doing this in the snow, but I don't really have much option. I think what we'll do is we'll do two headlands. We'll start with the ups and the downs. We'll do that, and we will do that. And away you go. Thank you very much, little worker. Right, we have a lot. And I mean, I think we're going to have a lot to sell today. I don't even know what the income's going to be worth from this. I've got a feeling it's going to be quite good. That is 805 litres as well. So the goat milk can go down to the dairy as well. I couldn't think of the word dairy, and I've literally just said it like 5 or 6 times. It's crazy. I might end up crushing some crop there. Yeah, we are going to have to move some of this sugar beet. I do also need to put in a little bit more sugar beet and cut sugar beet into our production. We needed to do it at the end of the last episode, and I will be honest, I did forget. Yeah, if you notice, this is a bit of a mess, guys. I made a bit of a mess with the trees. Wow, that has got nearly another one ready. Yeah, we can put like 2 buckets of each one into there. But right now we do need to be getting rid of firewood. So we've got a lot of wood. I think this was worth its weight in gold. I think this alone might just pay for the wood, or pay for the production itself. The trees didn't cost us anything. Now, like I say, we did use a lot of money yesterday to get this production up and running. You know what? It is what it is. We are trying to get as much of this done as we can. I can't overload this thing, but here's 9,000 litres of firewood. Now, we do have to go to the sell anything container mod, guys, because it is the only place that accepts this. I could bring in the firewood sell point, but to be honest, once we've removed all the trees, we won't be doing any more wood. So, and this kind of gives me a little taster of a new series that I'm looking at possibly bringing soon, where it's... I did the map on the FS22 on the Camlands map, and I did have such a blast going from like absolutely nothing to having a farm. Obviously start off by selling trees and stuff, and I think this mod would be very good on that kind of series. Now I've just the problem I've got is using the Camsland map. That's the only problem I've got, really. I don't want to really do maps that I've already done before. I did make an exception with some early live streams in the game. You'll have to forgive the stuttering, guys. It always happens when it snows. Oh, we are getting rid of the snow. Yes, please. Wow, that was not worth... Oh, there we go. That is worth, what, £6,500 for 9,000 litres of wood, which didn't really take much doing, did it? Chainsaw, and we dragged its ass to the sell point, and yeah, there we go. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. £6,500 for one trailer full. Not too shabby. I do believe we may be in a position to sell some wool as well. Let me just double check this, because if we're driving past the sell point, we might as well take it. Fabric, yeah, wheat and rice. So yeah, we can't do that just yet. I think the lag's happening, guys, because we're about to get rid of the snow. If we just give that a quick moment, I think it's because it gets rid of the snow really quickly because of the 10 times speed. I think that's the reason it is happening. Yeah, it's... I'm a little bit annoyed at the moment, though. I will be honest. We don't have enough money for the bakery. We don't have enough money for the bakery. Yeah, I do want to get rid of these all at once. I was umming and ahhing about maybe just leaving them and just getting like a massive stockpile, but I don't know what the storage is. We are halfway to another one, but I think it's just worth getting rid of them at the moment. And I think from now on, guys, what we might do, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this to spawn items. But let me know in the comments below. I know there are only a couple of people who do comment on the series, and I do appreciate that. Let me know if you think we should just sell this wood automatically throughout the year, or if we should maybe just actually be physically going and selling it. But what I'm going to do right now is I am going to go and just quickly pick up a couple of the pallets of wool. Again, the wool does go to the sell anything point, so it kind of makes a little bit of sense that we can just take a couple of them with us. We might be able to get 4 or 5 into the trailer. I will just pop it up. Oh no, I'll pull into the yard. Now, after we've done this, we need to make the trip to the dairy, and we will be using the Massey Ferguson, guys. Because the Massey Ferguson... Oh, by the way, guys, our cows are out of feed. I did notice right before I went live, we are out of feed, and we don't have... So we might have to look at buying a couple of bales today, which we might actually do on the way back from the shop. It kind of makes a bit of sense to do it on the way back from the shop. While we've got this trailer and this tractor. So yeah, a lot of little bits that need doing today. I'm a little bit gutted that we're not really doing the field work right now. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're kind of just dealing with the little bits of products that we have produced. I am absolutely loving this. I think we'll leave like that half pallet there. I think we'll just take the full pallet. I think is the easiest bit. I forgot I can change this in mid-air, guys. That's why I've kind of been procrastinating a little bit with that. But yeah, this will make a little bit of money. A little bit of money. Yeah, I've got the sugar, and I'd like to get into the dairy. No, not into the dairy. I'd like to get into the bakery. Now, the problem is, I don't know if it's going to be worth taking maybe another pallet of... I suppose the question is, we've got to go down to the dairy and see what there is. I do think we need to go with this trailer, because I think we're going to have quite a few pallets. We didn't move any pallets from the dairy in the last 2 episodes, really, so... Yeah, we might have a lot of pallets down there to move. But I can't go down there with this trailer and go down there with the with tankers, so I don't really want to have to do it twice, but I might not have a problem. I might not have a choice. There we go. That is in there, guys, and we have just made another 17, nearly 17,000 pound. We are back up to 124,000 pound. Can I just have a little gander in the shop? Was there anything good in the shop? That came up in the shop again. Nope. That would have been cool. Snow blowing. It's a shame there's nothing we could do with the snow. You know, pick up the snow and do. Did I say we were getting something from the shop? I did, didn't I? I just crashed. Yeah, sorry guys. We need to go to the shop though. We need to buy a couple of silage bales. Just don't really know what size bales to get, but we'll do that now because it is going to take a little while for the cows to feed back up. So if we go onto the shop, I've done this before and I can't remember what. There we go, bales. Bales has its own category. We are going for a square silage bale. We will buy, do you know what? I think we'll buy 4. It's a lot of money, but the firewood will basically help us pay for this. And yeah, like I say, I'm going to be using a lot of super strength at the moment, guys. There's just so much work we have to do on this farm now that I'm not going to be able to have time to be running around. You're lucky I'm not using an auto loading trailer, to be quite honest, because that's the other option. I could have just used an auto load trailer. We'll just get that. I was hoping to get that into there nicely, but it doesn't look like it wants to fit very well. That's a shame, but like I say, we can get the cows fed. There won't be as much milk this month, guys, because I do believe we ran out of feed in the previous month. I don't know why I turned right there. I should have turned left and done a big U-turn. I could have gone to the end of the car park. Yeah, we're a good third of the way through this video, and yeah, this is very busy, very busy indeed. I do want to get a bit of a time lapse going. I just right this minute I'm just hitting this problem of yeah, we're just hitting this problem at the moment of I've just got so much to do on the farm. It's crazy. Realised I have not had my hay fever medicine today. That will be why I've just started all of a sudden about 30 seconds ago, just started feeling really bunged up and horrible, and I've just realised I've been awake now for about an hour and a half and I haven't had my hay fever medication yet, and it is really polleny today where we are. Okay, that is not actually going to take that from the trailer. That sucks. As if I can't, as if I have to unload that. That's crazy. Let's get a couple of these into here instantly. Let's just, I need this tractor and I don't see the point in loading, taking the bucket off to do this. Well, we can fit about 2,000 litres in a bucket, so let's just have a little look. Sugar mill. Yeah, we're not really going to get another one in there, so what we'll do, we'll go this way. I do know that at some point off recording, I do need to make a little bit more cut sugar beet. It is looking at the fact, I can't believe we trimmed that edge, that peel, to be honest. Very annoying indeed. There we go, that is another 2,000 litres in there. Yeah, if you're wondering why I need this one, I want to take the pallet of goat milk with me, and this is the easiest way to do it. So if we leave that there, I need to go find the forks. Ooh, we need to know what the price of our fabric is. By the way, guys, I didn't do any research. I was scrolling along on TikTok yesterday, and believe it or not, I came across something relating to the wool and the fabric and stuff on this game. I don't know, it's like a little series has just been coming up, and I gotta be honest, I don't and I didn't know what like the best products were and stuff. Right, so we need to get in here and book milk. We need to get in here, we need to get in the buffalo milk, and there we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and pick up the goat milk. And then we can take all this at once. Now, if you're wondering, guys, I have increased the capacity for these trailers. And if you notice, I did get rid of the trailer we were having problems selling with. It wasn't exactly a problem, it just didn't like selling when something else was connected, and I don't want to be, I don't really want to be connecting and disconnecting the entire time on this series. I do kind of want to just be able to get around the map and do what I need to do, really. I'm going to just leave that trailer there when it eventually drops. Thank you. Leave that there. Let's go and get this goat milk. This is why I'm using the massive Ferguson. Yeah, I did increase the capacity on these trailers. I basically, it's still less than the old Scabby trailer we were using. You know, I haven't increased it to anything ridiculous. I kind of just made it 5,000 litres. Now, I know technically 5,000 litres in that style tanker is way too much. But you know what? Yeah, I'm not really fussed. I might increase the price of the tanker, and then that way it won't really matter. I've also been doing some work on the Land Rover TD5 mod that we put up onto King's mod. We didn't put it up, we basically just fixed someone else's mod. I have added mud to it now. Someone was asking about adjusting the seat position, and I did try and do that, but the problem is the player basically sits in the seat rather than on the seat if you adjust it, so it's not possible. But yeah, I changed the wheel colour on this guy. So the front one is got black wheels, that's just for milk. This one at the back has got the yellow wheels, that is just for the buffalo milk. And obviously the front fork is for the goat's milk. 840 litres of goat milk in 1 month. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. That is doing an absolutely fantastic job on there. We do need to roll that field as well. We'll get that field rolled in the next episode, because we'll still be in March, because we've got sunflowers. We might as well put sunflowers in. We might as well put sunflowers in. It makes us a lot of money, does the sunflower. I do believe the sunflower production has come to an end at the moment, so I do need to turn that off. And yeah, we do also need to be looking at the price of the fabric. My idea originally was to make it into clothes, but basically you make about £400 a pallet more, but you have to wait a long time for it to make. And yeah, long story short, no, it's not worth that amount of headache for me, to be honest. Alright, so we have put that into there. We will get that milk into there. And we have filled up with milk, and we have filled up with buffalo milk as well. Right, we are going to have to move this, guys, because we need to keep the pallets spawning. Wow, that's a few pallets. Oh, you know what? Right now, buffalo milk and milk are being taken constantly. They're constantly reading as full. Look, I could technically leave that there. and it'll just take that throughout. Do you know what? That is looking absolutely fantastic. That is looking fantastic. Right, so do you know what the worst thing is there's a bloody sawmill on them. Although cycles per month 24. That's pathetically slow. I'm actually quite glad we didn't do that. Right, I came on here for a reason. Fabric is almost best price. Apparently it's going to be a better price next month. But we've got £74,000 as it stands now. That is, wow, really £74,000. That's crazy. We have missing material in here. Sunflower oil. Let's just deactivate that. We don't want to be running the windmill if we haven't got anything for it. That is about to pop out another pallet as well. So yeah, we've got quite a bit to do actually. Sugar. You know what? 831. The bakery's actually the right. So the bakery, right? Let's get rid of a little bit of sugar. We don't need this much sugar on the farm. So yeah, if you're wondering, guys, we are trying to get a new production, and if I was to sell the fabric now, do you know what? Screw it. We're gonna sell the fabric now. We're gonna sell the fabric now. I want a new production. I wanna be able to make it, get it working straight away. We'll have the sugar to put in there. We'll be able to make some bread. We'll be able to send it over automatically, the flour. Where do we sell the fabric? It's just our normal location. Okie dokie. Pallet of fabric, 7 pallets. Boom. That is a lot. 7 months supply. We have earned a lot of money today. We spent some money, like I say, we had to feed the cows. But if you're wondering why I'm building the, I'm trying to get the bakery now. Genuinely, guys, it's just a genuine case of, I think, owning it now, even though we can't really do much with it, will be worth it. I do also need to feed the chickens as well. I've got animals to feed, and I just keep forgetting. And it's... yeah, I feel like I'm going to get told off soon for not feeding my animals. But we did feed the cows today. The sheep may need a little bit of water. And there we go. We have 1 new pallet. So let's just go to... now, like I say, we might lose a little bit of money on this by not waiting a month. Literally, it'll be a month. If we don't wait a month or 2, we might lose a little bit of money, but I think right now this will get us enough money to buy the bakery. If we can buy the bakery, we can figure out what we need. I say sugar can go in the bakery, but if sugar goes in the bakery, what else do I need to use the sugar? So the question then is the sugar worth selling at the moment? We're not going to have... sorry. We're not going to have anything else for the bakery for a couple, well, quite a few months. Maybe August. And to be honest, I don't even think we planted anything. 184,000 pounds. Wow. The bakery is 150. We have just bought the bakery. There we go, guys. We have literally bought the bakery. What can we make? We need butter, eggs, flour, bottled milk. We need... right, so what do we need to make bread? Just flour. You know what? That wasn't really worth it. That wasn't really worth it. That really wasn't worth it. So the only thing we can make is bread. We'll make bread. Do it. We will make bread. So yeah, the sugar is of no use to us. The only thing the bakery makes us is bread. We could do cake. I would have liked to have done cake, but in order for that we're going to need flour, sugar, butter. Although we do have a little bit, but the amount we're going to need, I don't think we're going to make that amount in total. But yeah, let's get rid of the sugar. Let's get rid of the sugar. We have lost the sell point as well, by the way, guys. So that's something. I'm kind of wishing we didn't buy the bakery now. Gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I wish we didn't buy the bakery now. I was expecting it to maybe do more than it did. Yeah. I'm a little bit I'm a little bit gutted with that. But in future, guys, we will not be buying any bakery. But I think by the time it turns flour into bread, I don't think it adds overly much value, especially when you're paying £150,000 for a bakery. Like maybe if it made cupcakes or something, you know, and was a bit of a faster like processing time, maybe I could understand it. I am going to leave some sugar on the farm though, guys. We do still need sugar down at the dairy for the chocolate. So those 2 pallets in that corner are the 2 pallets I'm going to leave voluntarily there, just in case we do start getting low. And we do only make 1 pallet of sugar a month. And yeah, this is 10,000 litres of sugar. Our next purchase then, guys, is going to be a baler and wrapper in one. Just to give you a heads up, we do need to get one of those. It's going to make cutting the grass a lot easier. So it's definitely worth getting one of those next. Let's see what we can make from the sugar. I'm expecting about £9,000, including the environmental stuff. It's not the best time to sell the sugar, but it's a case of it's on the farm, it's making the farm look messy, and I want it off the farm. Let's get that into there. Let's do that, and we've just made nearly £9,000. Not too bad. Not too bad in the long run. Too bad. Very impressed with the amount of money we have made today. Very happy with that. But like I said, there won't be as much milk next month. It is going to be very short next month because I forgot to feed the cow. Actually, it's not that I forgot to feed the cows, I just forgot to buy the bales to feed the cows. But yeah, we've got 1 field getting planted as we speak. I'm just going to go and double check on that field. Oh, he's on the headland. Ah, that is fantastic. So, whoa. I tell you what we have got. I don't know how much we're going to have. We've got 23,000 litres of slurry, guys. 23,000 litres of slurry. Got to be worth using up. I can't remember exactly whereabouts it got to with the slurry. I do like the fact though we are getting rid of that lime effect. Let's get that into there. Just spend a couple of minutes maybe looking at this. Oh yeah, the tanker is empty. we did get somewhere, didn't we, on this field? Oh. Oh yeah, it won't tell us, will it? It won't tell us where we got up to because we haven't got any slurry in the tank. Interesting. Yeah, we have made a lot of money today, guys. We've made we've made more than £100,000 today. That is absolutely ridiculous on the money we have made today, and we wasted it on a bakery I wish we didn't buy. Yeah, it's just hell. I can't believe we bought a bakery that doesn't really do much. I feel bad for that because, like, I thought it might have done something extra with it being like a modded map kind of thing. Yeah, it really didn't. Trying to figure out where this has been and where it. Do you know what? Let's just start on the headland. We're just going to spend a couple of minutes doing this. Try and figure out what colour it was meant to be. Right, so we know where he got to, guys. He got to that previous road just there, where we just. Let's do the headland and we'll kind of go from there. Don't want to do too. We don't have much. We've only got a couple of tank loads, and you know, I don't want a super long episode. Every little bit that we can get. Oh, I've done it again. I've done it again. I've just hit my own field. Oh my god, I'm wasting canola by running over it. This is why I put workers on these jobs. This is why I put worker on these jobs. Yeah, I'm very happy we made a lot of money today. If we didn't buy the bakery, we would have we could have bought the baler wrapper. I'm trying to decide if it's worth just selling the bakery. I don't even know if you can sell the production. It has turned out to be a giant waste of money, and I am a little concerned with that. But as you can see, guys, we've got a little bit more of the slurrying done. I am just going to kind of off recording wait for the sugar beet field to finish, just because at the end of the day it needs to finish. It is on its final headland. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. We are getting very rich at the moment. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.